This is Eke Market roundabout, Afikpo, Ebonyi State. They're waiting to join the unity walk which took off from Ndibe Beach. They live in different parts of the country. Many live outside Nigeria. They're either indigenes or married to indigenes of Afikpo North local government area.
If you hear Afikpo North local government, it's either the person is from Amasiri or from Unwana or Akpoha or Ehubo.
Afikpo Unity Walk 2021 is an 18-kilometer endurance trek. They take a little break at Nesco Foods, run by Dr. Mark Abani.
This is just a stopover where people can have some water to refresh themselves as they continue to make that important journey.
Water break in the tank. Water break in the tank. Hey, but you know back that I don't still they shoot my shot.
The oldest federal polytechnic in the southeast, Akanibian Federal Polytechnic, is located in Unwana. Late Dr. Francis Akanibian was the first governor of the eastern region. This is his house. It is not far from Unwana Beach. COVID protocols are observed. They are happy they made it to the final destination. Some walked all the way, but provision was made for anyone who got tired along the way. Nothing was taken for granted. Professor Iron Kama is 71 years old today. He's a pioneer member of Afikpo Unity Walk.
Last 2 years I completed the walk. The other year I completed the walk. And last year I completed the walk. But this year I only missed completion by 2 kilometers. Well, I've been a sportsman from my secondary school to the university. So sports is a part of my life. And it's something I like doing. So which I encourage everybody to do because it's good for good health.
The second part of the Unity Walk is for short talks and letting one's hair down. Barrister Greg Azubike gave a talk on health insurance in Nigeria.
There are two broad segments of health insurance, what we call private health insurance and social health insurance. Private health insurance is talking about the one you do with health insurance companies. They will assess you, then they will charge you premium based on the health challenges you have. Social health insurance. You just choose the hospital you like. You only take 10% of the cost of drugs. GIVESHIP is an acronym which means Group, Individual, Family Social Health Insurance Program. Every year, you just pay a minimum of 15,000 naira per person. And that person becomes entitled to all the health benefits. And that covers virtually every ailment you can think of.
Whilst speaking on the consequences and impact of substance abuse on the society, OGBC Zokogeri gave tips on how to combat this menace.
I do not believe in coercion or force. I believe in advocacy and education. We must think home in terms of investments and businesses and fully engage these young people. Can we pick 1 or 2 people within the community and sponsor? So that when we come back next year to unity work, we can give response to whether they succeeded or not. I'm also proposing the support and funding of certain groups. I can tell you something. If you look at my cap, we are ACOF. I can tell you that ACOF have done a lot of positives here, and we are asking that other groups should also engage the community.
Their professors Onyebuchi Chukwu, Okota, and Henry Urochukwu. They are professors of orthopedic surgery, immunology, and public health. They are sons of Afikpo. Professor Kota spoke on the theme, Demystifying COVID-19 vaccine.
A vaccine is a biological product that is given to a human being to cause the human being to produce a response, that the response will be used to fight the organism when it encounters it naturally. That major component in the vaccine is what is called antigen. A vaccine usually takes about 6 to 12 years to be produced, but this one came within 1 year. There are 6 reasons associated with 6 processes of vaccine production. Number 1 is to decide, do we need a vaccine or we don't need a vaccine? And that decision usually takes about 2 to 3 years. But this one, it took just 1 week. Why? Because we have had former experience with Ebola and SARS. 2 is a second stage where you have to look for what to use to produce the vaccine. The third stage is to test the vaccine you have developed in animals. The fourth stage is to go to humans. And in human vaccine trials, there are 3 stages. The vaccine producer must first test the vaccine in his own country, in healthy volunteers between 20 to 100 people, and you monitor them. If they are all fine, then you can be given permission to go to phase 2.
The first Afikpo Unity walk took place on the 26th of December 2018.
A few of us in Port Harcourt, after a walkout at the stadium, Liberation Stadium, Port Harcourt, while brainstorming, we said it could be good to take this home, and we gave it a shot.
Professor Onyebuchi Chukwu served as the Minister of Health during President Goodluck Jonathan's administration.
Health is not about being sick. Health is about being fit and not even having to be admitted in hospital or even needing to go to hospital. And this Afikpo Unity Walk is something I encourage everyone, both young and the older people, to participate in. It will help to keep you fit for life.
This is the 4th edition.
As the name suggests, Afikpo Unity Walk is to continue to bring our people both at home and in diaspora together. This is like a receptacle. It's been growing from strength to strength. God willing, keeping us alive in good health and strength. Next year is going to be a bank.
The whole idea is for all of us, some of us younger, some of us not so young, to get together and to reinforce our brotherhood and our sisterhood for at least 1 day a year in order to make Afikpo great.
It is also a bonding time for spouses and their children.
My wife and I, we love exercises, we're sports people. Last 2 years, my wife ran 15 kilometers and beat me to it. So this year, I intend to beat her to it. So it's important to us that we do this. Then, most importantly, it is the unity and the love that we share in Afikpo that's dragging us to do this.
Indigenes of 4 autonomous communities that make up Afikpo North local government area, namely Afikpo, Amasiri, Akpoha, and Nwana, are here.
Afikpo, I would say, is the home of the first in Igbo land. The first governor of Eastern Nigeria is from Afikpo. The first goalkeeper of Nigeria is from Afikpo. The first chief produce officer of Nigeria is from Afikpo. Afikpo is a community that is so much endowed. You won't believe, in this gathering here, There are over 6 professors of repute, 7 military officers, medical doctors, engineers, all kinds of professions are here. You're just looking at them here. Politicians, all kinds of people here.
An Afikpo person is first and foremost an honest, law-abiding person who loves life, lives life to the full, shares whatever he has, and in turn expects you to also participate, and if you have, share as well. It's one of the very few communities where young, old people get together and in unity. And this spans from Nwana through Oziza, through Amasri, through Afikpo main town. It's one of the very few places where you can safely drink your drink halfway, water, beer, kai, whatever it is, walk away, come back and continue drinking from where you stopped without fear that anybody has touched your drink. Ehubo Buma.
The Afikpo man doesn't think he's Afikpo person. He's Ehubo. That's what they call themselves. But the white people call this area Afikpo. The Afikpo woman is typically a strong-minded fellow, a determined person, supports the family, supports the husband. And that's why you see a lot of the ladies as part of this program. They never like to be left behind.
A minute silence was observed for late Professor Tony Okwani, one of the speakers at the 2020 edition of this work.
May the soul of our very own Professor Tony Okwani rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Afikpo Unity Work is a self-sponsored project.
What we do here is participatory contribution. We do not say you shouldn't come because you did not contribute.
There's a feature for Afikpo Unity Work.
It will be a carnival. If you miss out in this unity walk, then there is no Christmas for whoever.
In 20 years from now, I want to see 20-year-old children, our children, in my own case, grandchildren, also taking part, cementing the relationship across the whole of Afikpo and making us continue to be the envy of every single other town in the nation as a place where you can have your drink, keep it, go off, enjoy, do your walk, come back and continue with that drink without fear or favor. That is what will be success.
A 9-member committee put this 2021 edition together. Plans for a better 2022 edition are in top gear.